Happy Easter, or whatever holiday you choose to celebrate, whether it be the god of chocolate or Easter bunnies or whatever. If you've got a chocolate hangover, then I sympathize. I'm quite privileged in a sense because I wasn't here during that chocolate frenzy. And so, because I was working, I come to you hot off the heels of a piece of learning, really. And usually, what happens with these videos is I have an aha moment. Living where I do, we call it pennies from Devon, Devon in the UK, that is. So things happen, and I have to get it down. I have to get it across. I have to communicate it. I have to share. And this particular sort of short video is based around a concept that I suppose is thrown about quite regularly in the transformational world, and or you can hear it in any particular talks of that nature. And people talk about this thing called alignment, and it's kind of a weirdish kind of way of saying something that I suppose, you could probably say it in a more straightforward way. So I'm going to try and do that in this particular video and try and just explain what I believe alignment means, because people will say things like, when I get this organized, or when I get my ducks in a row, or when I get a certain set of circumstances arranged, then I'll be happy. Then it'll all start working for me. And I think the, the problem in that, I suppose, is that you're relying on external things, external circumstances to make you happy or to change your life, I suppose. And the problem with this is, I think what happens is people get into a cycle of asking the wrong questions, that disempowering questions like, why me? If you're in a situation where it's not working very well, why me? Why don't I have this? Why can't I get a break? You know, um, you know, all these kinds of questions are things that seem to come up, and we get into a situation where self-doubt or doubt creeps in, and we say, oh, you know what, this universe thing, this law of attraction, call it what you will, it isn't working. No, they're not listening, whoever they are. And I'm here to say that I don't believe that. I think the universe is always listening. So if you're asking disempowering questions, then the universe will go off and it'll find answers to those disempowering questions. Why me? It's because of your circumstances. It's because of you're born on the wrong side of the tracks, or whatever it is. So I think the universe sends signs all the time, really. The question is, are you receiving those signs, these pennies from Devon, as I call them? And I think what happens is that we are holding on a little bit too tight. Wayne Dyer talks about water and how we should be more like water. I think I've mentioned this before. The moment you try to grab onto water, it escapes your grasp. And so, if you're in a kind of an I want mentality, um, I want translates to lack in some sort or form. And then that translates into I'm not ready to receive what it is that the universe is continually sending us. And so the idea is just to let go, just let go. You can put these your desires can be asked once, and what you need to then be is in a kind of a vibrational match. Again, I'm trying not to get too sort of spiritual here, but it's something that I truly believe in terms of energies and vibrations. You have to be vibrationally aligned. I've been quite immersed, as I always do, in lots of different areas, and authors and books and TED talks and all that kind of stuff, just filling this desire to learn about myself and sort of share as much of that across the world as I can. And I came across a wonderful guy. He's very familiar to a lot of you, I'm sure. A quote from Michael Beckwith. And it kind of relates to this, what I was talking about alignment, because he says, um, you can't have what you are not willing to become. And what that means is that if you get what you want too quickly, if you get the Lamborghini, if you get the lottery win, and you're not vibrationally aligned to it, you'll lose it. That perfect relationship will appear almost, but you just can't hold on to it. Or money will come to you, but you just can't hold on to it. And you'll feel healthy one day and then poorly the next. So you're not aligning vibrationally at the same level. And so if you do start wanting to align, then I think what you've got to do is you've got to look into asking more empowering questions. So if something is happening in your life that you're not particularly feeling good about, then you've got to be asking questions like, what's trying to emerge, what's trying to come up here, what is the lesson here, what truly am I being taught here. You've got to be quite sort of honest with yourself and say, look, I'm in this situation, this debt or this relationship or this part of my life that isn't working, and it's because I'm not vibrationally aligned with it. Um, I'm not resonating at the same frequency as my desires. It's telling me something. What is it telling me? And you've got to be, as I say, really, really honest with yourself. So I think as you go through the evolution, shall we say, of your life, of your life's path, of your journey, call it what you will, you'll come up against these problems, these issues. And for me, I think it's more a case of trying to ask more empowering questions. So, you know, the universe is listening, and it's listening all the time. And you've already asked the question, I'm sure, with regard to your desires. So, try and get aligned with it. Try and listen truly. Try and realize what it is in your daily routine that isn't aligned quite truly with that desire. Are you spending more than you earn? Aren't we all? Do you have the garaging facility for the Lamborghini? Do you have the right um, inequalities to create that wonderful relationship with the perfect partner? It's those kind of things that you've got to be honest with. So ask more empowering questions of your issues. Your challenges basically are, again, quoting Michael Beckwith, love him at the moment. Your challenges are triggers to your latent potential. How about that? We are infinitely powerful, and I think your challenges are there just to ignite that. So have a good day. Happy Easter to all of you around the world, and we'll speak soon.